In training, we're always trying to seek ways out to make your training harder and never easier. Stick around, we're gonna show you how to make your bench press way harder. Hello strength fans, Tyler Harnt with MetalPerformance.com coming at you with another bench press assistance exercise. As I said before, we want to make training harder, never easier. I don't need you guys to rely on tools like this all the time, but certainly now and again we will splash stuff like this in to make training harder. We're going to talk about bench press versus bands, or bench press plus bands. There's any way of numbers, a way you could call it. Basically, we're trying to make the top end of the bench press harder than the bottom, okay? So we've set up bands here under a combo rack. This is a very interesting way of setting this up, if you can get a shot of this, Kev. So we've got one band looped around the barbell, and the other half of the band is looped around these hooks, okay? And they're braced underneath the frame of the combo rack. So no, you don't need to use dumbbells or hooks or anything like that. It's a really simple way of setting up. Why we use bands, we use them for a couple reasons. The main reason is something called accommodating resistance. If you guys have some time, check out Westside Barbell or Elite FTS, their articles on why to use bands and chains, or what we call accommodating resistance. Basically, it changes the strength curve of the lift. So if a bench press is quote unquote easier at the bottom, or sorry, easier at the top and harder at the bottom, now we add these bands, we reverse that strength curve. It becomes harder at the top. So we like to splash this into programming for a couple reasons. One, just to make it harder, to give a bit of overload at the top, and we might go heavy with a certain lift, or we might back the weight off and do something called speed training or dynamic training, where we're doing lots of sets with a lighter weight that's heavier at the top, okay? So either way we use this, this is kind of how we like to set up the bands. If you guys are crazy big bench pressers, you could double up these bands, not have this back on the hook, and increase the amount of overload at the top like mad, okay? So I'm gonna have Julie set up and show you how to do this. So we like to do these, you know, you could do this touch and go, or you could do pause, it doesn't matter, all right? So she's gonna set up like every other bench press, squeeze her shoulder blades back and down, squeeze the bar. You ready? She brings the bar down and presses back up with speed. Good, that's good. So you'll notice that when you use too much band tension, it just becomes impossible to finish at the top. So use an appropriate amount. An appropriate amount is, I don't know, 20% or so of your max. And if you want to get real technical, we keep a luggage scale around here so that we can weigh how much this is, or a hunting scale as well, to weigh how much is adding there. If you guys have any questions about how to perform this or any other lifts, please feel free to reach out. And once again, thanks for tuning in.